Imagine you're in an exciting encounter where your eyes meet the beauty of a woman. You approach with confidence and charm, carrying humorous anecdotes that illuminate the space around you. She laughs, she responds, and in that moment, you feel you've won her heart. But then, the initial signs of interest begin to fade. Your messages are met with silence or prolonged waits. Plans are cancelled without explanation. She seems unwilling to understand or share in your disappointment. In that state of mind, your phone becomes a constant companion. Every beep, every vibration, you hope it's her. You become engrossed in the game of pursuit. It is a never-ending race to gain attention from someone who barely seems to care. This is where the philosophy of Stoicism comes into play. An emperor and philosopher, Marcus Aurelius, once said, "No one can lose either the past or the future. How could anyone be deprived of what he does not possess?" Strength and courage aren't about how many hearts you conquer, but about how you maintain your soul in the face of external allure. In today's video, let's explore the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius to understand why pursuing a woman excessively might not be a wise choice. We'll learn how to build a profound, cherished relationship, a love based not only on external attraction, but also on mutual understanding and respect. Stick around until the end, as these reasons will determine whether a woman decides to walk alongside you. Reason number 1. Prioritize virtue over external validation. In the journey of seeking love and connection, we often find ourselves caught in an endless race to gain acceptance and admiration from others, specifically women. However, Marcus Aurelius imparted a valuable lesson to us. Prioritize virtue over external acceptance. This is not just a reminder to seek intrinsic values and deeper meaning in life, but also a death sentence for the habit of blindly pursuing unhealthy relationships. When you spend a lifetime seeking approval from others, you lose your essence and personal freedom. It's a cycle of perpetual dissatisfaction, a game where no one truly wins. Marcus Aurelius advises us to focus on nurturing virtue and self-improvement, because it's our foundation that builds true self-respect and freedom. Then you'll find joy and happiness from within, regardless of external validation or judgment. In a relationship, this holds profound significance. When you no longer chase validation and acceptance from others, the relationship becomes authentic and resilient. Love based on sharing, respect, and understanding is not only a wise choice, but also a commitment to long-term happiness. It's a relationship not shaped by fleeting desires or societal acceptance, but by a deep connection and genuine meaning between two souls. Ultimately, prioritizing virtue over external acceptance is not just a lifestyle choice, but also a path to true freedom and happiness. Live a life where you never have to chase approval from others. Instead, find strength and happiness from your own virtue and intrinsic values. That is true freedom, the secret to sustainable happiness. Reason number 2. Live in accordance with nature. Imagine two individuals, one who spends all their time in frantic pursuit of companionship, constantly striving to impress and capture the attention of women. The other, guided by Stoicism, invests time in self-improvement, in service to the community, and the development of personal virtues. Over time, the latter finds themselves surrounded by authentic connections, naturally arising from values such as sharing and mutual respect, without needing to spend a moment in pursuit. This is the essence of living in harmony with nature, an approach that Marcus Aurelius taught about nurturing fulfilling relationships aligned with our deepest values. As Marcus Aurelius expressed, living in harmony with nature is not only a physical principle, but also a profound guide for human-to-human relationships and personal satisfaction. This philosophy offers a fresh perspective on why pursuing women excessively, or any peripheral approval, is incongruent with our true nature, and how embracing this Stoic principle can lead to a more harmonious life. Living in harmony with nature means recognizing the essence of oneself, rationality, sociability, and the pursuit of virtue. In the context of relationships, this is seeking connections based on respect, mutual growth, and genuine love, rather than fleeting desires or societal expectations. Pursuing women excessively signifies a deviation from these values. It implies a pursuit driven by external desires or approval rather than a natural connection. Furthermore, living by nature also implies not relying on relationships or others to dictate one's happiness. Instead, seeking contentment and happiness from within oneself, and living a righteous life based on values and ethical principles. Reason number 3. Focus on self-improvement. At the heart of Stoicism lies the valuable lesson of focusing on self-improvement. Acceptance and self-love stem not from seeking external approval, but from the relentless effort to enhance and refine oneself. When you invest time and energy in pursuing someone else excessively, you may miss out on the precious opportunity to reflect on and improve yourself. Personal development is not just about enhancing skills, knowledge, and health, but also about refining the soul, cultivating virtues, and discovering one's true self. Listen to the story of David, a young man who once sought happiness in the arms of others. With each new relationship, David found joy only to realize that when challenges arose, or when everything faded away, so did his happiness. No longer wanting his happiness to depend on others, David decided to embark on a new chapter, the chapter of self-improvement. He immersed himself in the world of books, learning to actively manage his emotions and cultivate patience. This journey not only brought David confidence, but also sparked profound reflections on the true meaning of life. David gradually realized that the source of happiness does not lie in indulging transient desires, but in exploring and nurturing oneself. He no longer seeks external gratification. Instead, he begins to build a life full of value and happiness stemming from within himself. Remember, The key to becoming an attractive man is not tirelessly pursuing relationships, but the ability to stand firmly on one's own feet. Self-improvement is an ongoing journey that opens up space for you to explore and unleash your potential, making you not only attractive to yourself, but also confident and independent. If you agree, practice focusing on self-improvement. Reason number 4. Cultivate rational love. Marcus Aurelius has left us a valuable lesson about love. A love not based on blind passion or relentless pursuit, but a love based on reason, depth, and sincerity. In the journey to find true happiness, we often get lost in the maze of desires and cravings, forgetting that the secret of love does not lie in pursuing or conquering our heart. The rational love that Marcus Aurelius speaks of is not a love devoid of emotion, but rather a love built on a foundation of understanding, respect, and shared values. It's a genuine love where individuals don't seek each other to fill their voids, but to grow and thrive together. In this love, there is no blind pursuit, only authentic connection creating a beautiful and enduring relationship. We often get swept away by immediate desires, forgetting that true love takes time to blossom, to understand, and to empathize. When you pause, no longer pursuing blindly as the world expects, it's time for rational love to flourish. A love where joy isn't the result of possession or conquest, but the process of interaction, bonding, and mutual growth. To deeply understand this issue, let's look at Alex's story, a young man in search of true love, drawn to a talented woman. Like many of us, Alex also felt a whirlwind of emotions when he first met her. However, Stoic philosophy reminds us that it's important not to let those emotions override our reason and principles of living. Instead of hastily chasing fleeting emotions, Alex decides to approach this relationship cautiously. He lays the groundwork for common values, ethics, and long-term development together. By prioritizing reason and ethical principles, Alex has built a meaningful, steadfast relationship, distancing himself from the fleeting allure of emotions to seek deep and enduring connection. Nurturing rational love is a journey forward toward a love deeper and more resilient. It's a reminder from Marcus Aurelius and Stoic philosophy that each of us can create and maintain a love that is not only spiritually beautiful, but also enduring over time. Reason number 5. Cultivate independence. Please remember that pursuing someone in hopes of finding happiness or fulfillment from them is a fundamental mistake. Marcus Aurelius taught us that happiness and inner peace cannot be found outside of ourselves. It is an inner journey, an ongoing process of self-development. When you nurture independence, you no longer rely on acceptance or attention from others to determine your worth. You begin to realize that you have enough strength and intelligence to face challenges, overcome fears, and create a meaningful and happy life. Independence not only makes you stronger in your own and others' eyes, but also allows you to approach relationships from a position of confidence and equality rather than begging or dependency. In a relationship, independence creates a solid foundation for mutual respect. When each person is autonomous in thought and emotion, they not only attract others with their courage and confidence, but also with their ability to respect and love without needing to possess or control. Lastly, Marcus Aurelius reminds us that you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Independence is the key to inner freedom, where you no longer pursue happiness through the eyes of others, but build it from your own heart and intellect. This is the strongest Stoic lesson, not only in refraining from excessive pursuit of women, but also in living a meaningful life. We've covered half of today's lesson. Your presence is a great encouragement to us in our journey to bring the true values of Stoic philosophy to more people. So, please like and share this video to bring these lessons closer to your loved ones and friends. Next, let's focus and shift your attention to the 5 reasons to stop pursuing women excessively. Reason number 6. Embrace contentment within. Men are often pressured to seek happiness and satisfaction from external sources. Society often imposes pressure on them to have perfect relationships, acknowledgement from others, and material success. In this endless struggle to attain acceptance and love from the outside, they easily lose sight of the essence of seeking joy and contentment from within, an important element of Stoicism. Marcus Aurelius encourages us to seek inner strength and nurture a soul undisturbed by the changes of the world. By nurturing inner contentment, you learn to enjoy happiness from within yourself, not relying on gaining acceptance or perfection in relationships. This freedom not only allows you to approach relationships wiser and fuller, but also helps you maintain independence in thoughts and emotions, not dependent on the judgment or affection of others. This relationship becomes an essential supplement to a more fulfilling life. It is not a prerequisite for feeling happy and successful. Embrace contentment within is a powerful lesson from Stoic philosophy, encouraging you to build and protect inner joy, not relying on external factors. When you understand and apply this lesson, you liberate yourself from unnecessary constraints and live a meaningful and happy life regardless of circumstances. Reason number 7. Cultivate emotional resilience. Imagine yourself standing by the edge of a tranquil lake, where the water surface is calm and serene like a giant mirror, reflecting the deep blue sky and drifting white clouds. Similarly, your heart is like that lake, capable of maintaining absolute tranquility even amidst the surging emotions of desire and rejection. In the hustle of pursuing relationships and seeking validation from others, you often inadvertently find yourself lost in the maze of fleeting emotions, pushing yourself into the whirlpool of uncertainty and disappointment. However, through cultivating emotional resilience, you learn to confront these challenges by understanding and accepting them as integral parts of your life. Mike's story is a testament to this. Mike once spent much of his time searching for love, believing it to be the key to unlocking happiness. Each rejection felt like being swept up in a storm, leaving his heart in turmoil. Only when he began looking inward and learning from Stoic philosophy did Mike realize a change. He started focusing on self-improvement, becoming a man of virtue and wisdom. Gradually, Mike realized the external need for recognition diminished. He was no longer obsessed with pursuing relationships. Instead, those relationships began to seek him out, attracted by his confidence and depth of character. This transformation isn't about eliminating desires or emotions, but evolution. Mike learned that resilience isn't just about weathering the storms, but also understanding and accepting that happiness and self-worth stem from within. When we apply Stoic philosophy to our lives, remember that resilience is both a talisman and a guiding principle. It helps us navigate life's upheavals with steadfastness and inner peace. Like Mike, you too can nurture this resilience, turning the pursuit of external desires into an exploration and reinforcement of inner strength. Ultimately, nurturing spiritual resilience also involves learning to accept and adapt to failures. In relationships, not everything is smooth sailing, and the ability to recover psychologically helps us glean lessons from those experiences without losing faith in ourselves. This makes relationships more durable and progressive for both parties involved. Reason number 8. Avoid attachment to outcomes. Some people often fall into the trap of placing too much emphasis on outcomes, on pursuing someone as their ultimate goal. But Marcus Aurelius taught us a valuable lesson, that happiness and inner freedom do not lie in achieving what we desire from the external world, but in how we face and react to life. Pursuing a relationship without being attached to the outcome requires a resilient and free soul. Instead of basing your happiness on receiving acceptance or love from others, seek satisfaction and joy within yourself and in the process of personal growth and development. According to Marcus Aurelius, genuine love is not blind or obsessive. It is love based on understanding, respect, and acceptance. Love not only for what someone brings to you, but also for what you can share and build together sustainably. Living in harmony with nature, according to Marcus Aurelius, is not just about living in harmony with the environment around you, but also being honest with yourself and your virtues. When you are not overly attached to the outcome of pursuing a woman, you will feel freer to live a life true to your values and principles. Finally, spiritual independence is essential for living a life unbound by outcomes. By nurturing independence, we become stronger against the ups and downs of relationships, and are not swayed by temporary failures or successes. When you are not overly attached to the outcome, you feel lighter and freer in the relationship. Whatever happens, you know that you have lived sincerely and true to your values, and that is what matters most. Comment: practice detachment from outcomes if you are ready. Reason number 9. Acceptance of the present moment. Marcus Aurelius has left us a valuable lesson about enjoying and cherishing every moment of life. He advises that instead of wasting time worrying about what has not yet come, or regretting the past, we should live fully in the present, seizing every minute that life brings. In personal relationships, this leads us to respect and appreciate our partners as individuals in their own right. When we stop trying to mold others into who we want them to be, we open the door to understanding and cherishing them with their own strengths and weaknesses. These efforts not only help relationships grow stronger, but also educate us to become more patient individuals in every interaction. By appreciating what we have, we find joy and satisfaction in the present, rather than always seeking elsewhere for a perfect life. Imagine, during a dinner date, you decide to leave all worries about work or the future at the door. You choose to live fully in each moment, enjoying the conversation and the presence of your partner. In doing so, you not only forge a strong bond with them, but also demonstrate acceptance and love without requiring any change or demands from them. The date ends with a profound sense of gratitude for experiencing and appreciating this wonderful moment. The vibrancy and happiness in the present not only make life worthwhile, but also build a solid foundation for relationships based on mutual understanding and respect. So, by applying Marcus Aurelius's philosophy to life, we not only create a happier life, but also cultivate sustainable relationships built on the sturdy foundation of genuine acceptance and understanding. Reason number 10. Mindful decision-making. Relationships and love are often viewed through the lens of pursuit and conquest. However, Marcus Aurelius offers us a different perspective, approaching every decision in life, including relationships, consciously and thoughtfully. Mindful decision-making is not just about carefully choosing what we want in life, but also about how we react to situations and relationships around us. In the context of excessive pursuit of women, we see a reminder to maintain dignity and self-respect while focusing on personal growth. Marcus Aurelius advises that every decision we make should be carefully considered, not based on fleeting emotions or external pressures, but from a deep understanding of ourselves and our principles. When applying this to seeking or maintaining relationships, the importance lies not in blindly pursuing, but in understanding what we truly need and valuing ourselves. When we stop pursuing societal goals, in this case, pursuing women, we begin to invest in ourselves. Avoid making hasty decisions that lead to regret. Instead, cultivate self-respect and independence, not dependent on external recognition or affection. Marcus Aurelius emphasizes living a moral life, where virtue is more important than any achievement or relationship. When our decisions are guided by our virtue, we find true peace and happiness. This means we no longer seek others to complete us, but find fulfillment within ourselves. Mindful decision-making is not always easy, especially in a world that encourages impulsive action and instant gratification. However, we learn to approach life and relationships consciously, placing value on ourselves and our virtues. In doing so, we not only find meaning and happiness in life, but also in every decision we make. After exploring together 10 reasons why excessive pursuit of women is not the Stoic path, we want to emphasize an important point. Stoicism is not about abandoning love, but about changing our approach and redefining it. Strive not only to become strong, independent men, but also individuals who value and respect women with all the subtlety and depth that Stoicism brings. If you find this video insightful and helpful, please don't hesitate to like and share it, because your support is not only a source of encouragement, but also helps us spread this philosophy to more people. Leave your comments below. Share your thoughts or suggest topics you would like us to explore further. Don't forget to subscribe to stay updated on the latest content on Stoicism and your personal development journey. Thank you for accompanying us. Let's share and build a strong community, full of motivation and depth with Stoic philosophy. We look forward to seeing you in the next videos, where we continue to explore and share valuable life lessons and self-improvement.